Hello and welcome to the 14th round of the GPVWC Formula Challenge season. This is the final round of the season and it is at the Spanish circuit of Navarra. There are two races and this first one here is a feature race. It is a 24 lap race of the circuit. So there was a quali session before this and pole position was taken and surely just dominated by David Gaspers here, just leading the formation lap. Second place was debutant, driving for Tiger Express Motorsports, was Thomas Caralia. Sorry if I'm saying that wrong. Sorry if I'm saying any names wrong. Third place, Ari Nieminen, a strong effort there. And another strong effort from a Tiger Express Motorsports car. Second and fourth. Fourth being Yanni Vananen. Fifth is another new driver, and that's for Nijo Racing. It is Dimitri Demoulemeister. Again, sorry if I'm saying that wrong. Sixth, we have Ihab Abbas. Then we have Straganowski, Alex Rolls, Bradley Vanian, Roy Schroten driving his own team car, Alejandro Fernandez, teammate to Bradley Vanian. Then we have Miles Dixon, Andreas Waters, he's a recent driver. He's driving for Wicked Fox Racing today. However, his teammate for today is a new driver, and that is Connor Keane. Then we have Chris Williamson. And here we have Chris Parr, who seems to be struggling around. Does he receive some damage? Not too sure. And then we have Brian Crowley. And then I believe this is Ricky Sarpila, if I just check. Yes, Ricky Sarpila. So yeah, Chris Parr struggling. It looks like he's actually being hit by Brian Crowley. He'll be starting from the pit lane. Another driver who'll be starting from the pit lane is Ron Squire. He's missed the start of the formation lap. So anyway, the drivers are lining up on the grid. We have David Gaspers, obviously on pole, Thomas Caralia, and Ari Nieminen in the top three positions. They've all been warming up their tyres. They're just lining up on the grid now, wanting to get into a prime position. Oh, further back we got, just people doing burnouts and such, warming up their tyres. And the grid is now completed. So the lights will be going out very soon. And there, one light, two lights, three lights, and go! So the lights go out and David Gaspers does not get a good start. Ari Nieminen is closing in. He's overtaken Tuomos. But can David Gaspers hold on to the lead? Just, but Tuomos drops back to third. Meanwhile, Ihab Abbas has moved up to fourth. Slight contact there, but nothing too bad. And Tuomos trying to make it stick, but can't make it. Fifth, we have Dimitri Demoulemeister. Sixth, Straganowski. Seventh is Alex Rolls, and eighth is Roy Schroten. Then we have Yanni Vananen, Miles Dixon, Alejandro Fernandez, and Bradley Vanian with the Wicked Fox car. Oh, and Andreas Waters going down the inside. Good move, but he can't make it stick, and Bradley keeps it around the outside, and now he's got the inside. And Ricky Sarpila's looking to capitalise. Can he make it stick? He's gone down the inside of Andreas. It's a great move. Oh, but he's tapped the back of Bradley Vanian contact, and he's been spun around. Well, they've both continued, but let's go back up front. So we have David Gaspers leading. Oh, and he's flipped the car. He flipped the car from the leader and he's been hit by Ihab Abbas. Well, who's leading? The leader just flipped. And is he still going? He's got his car up right now. And he continues, but he's now a long way back. We got Ron Squire and Chris Parr who just exited the pits. Chris Parr just jumping over the curves. But out front we now have Tuomos Caralia on his debut for Tiger Express Motorsports, leading ahead of Ari Nieminen. Dimitri Demoulemeister has moved up to third, and Roy Schroten's got up to fourth. So I believe he qualified 10th. It was about 10th, and he's moved up to fourth. So a great performance there. And we have Miles Dixon. Miles Dixon and Straganowski. They've made contact. Let's get a replay of that. Let's get it on board from Straganowski's car. He's just around. He's going quite well. Oh, he's just got tapped from behind from Miles Dixon. So unfortunate there. Miles Dixon slowing because of that. And David Gaspers is trying to get back around then. So now back up front. What's happening? Oh, actually, what's this? It's Andreas Waters going down the inside of Alejandro Fernandez. A good move there. Alejandro tries to cut back. Oh, they've made contact. And they've spun and oh, Alejandro gets out of the way. Where's Andreas? Oh, we got Brian Crowley spinning as well, and he's stuck on the curb now. Well, Alejandro gets back going. Brian Crowley does not. Then we have David Gaspers now on the back of this group. So we have Connor Keane and Andreas Waters just behind Bradley Vanian. Yeah, Yanni Vananen dropped back a tiny bit. He was in 4th. Now he's dropped back to... That's 7th, yeah. Iyo Abbas is now 6th. He lost a few positions after David Gaspers flipped. Alex Rolls aiming for a position. No, he cannot take that 4th position there from Roy. Well, it looks like Tuomas is actually getting away here from Niemanen. Dimitri's able to stay with Niemanen. Doesn't look like he'll be able to make that move stick, though. No, he cannot. And oh, we have Alex Rolls going very wide while trying to overtake Schroten. But it's just not going to be possible. Oh, and a slight tap there from Alex, but he'll still be able to get a good run. Can he get the slipstream and overtake into the very fast turn 1 and 2? Or maybe even turn 2, 1, 2, and 3. Doesn't look like it, and Abbas can't capitalise either. No, he's just going to sit behind. He's going to go to the outside. There's absolutely nothing you can do from there, and my point is proven. We have Ricky Sarpila just catching up to Bradley Vanian. Oh, we have a good battle here. Miles Dixon. Is that Andreas Waters? Let me check. Yes, it is. And Skrzyżanowski. Dimitri, can he just not able to pull off that move yet? This is another good chance for Rolls. Even though that's the last thing he wants to do. Meanwhile, I believe I see Sarpila moving into 8th position. Oh, there's contact made. They've got away with it though. And Dimitri's got past. Niemanen. Let's take a look at this then. Oh, it looks like a beautiful move. Let's try and get a good. Yeah, oh, this is nice. Dimitri's just using the slipstream, just pulls out right last minute and just breaks later than Ari Niemanen and takes the position. Very smooth there. Okay, so all this battling here for 2nd and 3rd has actually helped Tuomas Karelia get away from these two. And actually, here's a bit more battling. Oh, whoa! You can't go around the outside there. Oh, wait, yes you can. Well, that is the best move I've seen today. Alex Rolls. Can he do a similar move around the final corner? No, but he's going to go for the cutback. He gets a better run. But again, it just seems like he's tapping the back of Roy, which is sort of losing a tiny bit of momentum for him. So Alex Rolls driving for Innovision. Oh, and Ali, few sparks coming out. He going around the outside? No, that's just not going to work there. Oh, and Ali very close there. Nearly hit the back of Schroten. Anyway, let's go back up front. We still have this battle raging on for 2nd. Ari Niemanen looking for a move. Can he go on the inside, on the outside? No, he can't do either, but now he can. Oh, he's had to back out of it. Oh, we got Tuomas has spun. Tuomas has spun from the lead. And, oh, and Abbas has also lost some time. So, that's what's happened here. It looks like he's lost it under braking. So he's in 5th gear. If you just watch the steering wheel, he's in 5th gear. And, oh, he just double downshift. He got out of the way pretty quickly. And then Abbas also just sort of jumps over the curb there. But that allowed Vananen through, Rolls, Schroten, Niemanen, and Dimitri de Meulemester, who is now leading this race. So on his on his debut here, and he's leading the race. That's a great performance there from the Nijo Racing driver. And Rolls just has not been able to get past Schroten, so very good defensive driving by Roy Schroten so far, and the racing team Schroten, as you can see. Oh, wait, a little bit of fighting. Well, either that or it was team orders. Let's check further back, as I've heard that there's a bit of a battle. Yeah, we have is that Connor? Yeah, it's Connor Keane and Alejandro Fernandez. Alejandro Fernandez actually swerving a bit, trying to overtake. No. David Gaspers seems to have dropped back as well, because he was actually right on the back of Alejandro after an incident on lap 2, but he just dropped back since then. Chris Parr on his own after starting from the pit lane. Miles Dixon also on his own, so he's had an incident somewhere. And I believe he's had one with Andreas Waters. We also have Brian Crowley exiting the pits. Well, from what I've heard, ooh, bit closer. But from what I've heard, Andreas Waters and Miles Dixon have collided in the final sector. I've heard that Andreas had a problem coming out of one of the corners in the final sector, and Miles just sort of went over the top of him. They both had to pit full repairs. Is that Tuomas or Jani Vananen? I'll have to check. It's Vananen. So what's happened to Tuomas? Tuomas has had a big moment somewhere. I think it's in the final corner. It's going to be too long. It's going to be... No, not going to be able to find that. But I believe that he spun at the final corner. Skrzynowski and Vanian here fighting for 8th position. A nice stable run for Vanian. Skrzynowski had a very good qualifying session, but he lost a few places early on. So there is Tuomas. He's back in 10th. So he was leading 2 laps ago, and now he's down to 10th. So a disastrous couple of laps for the Tiger Express Motorsports driver. And what's happened to Alejandro Fernandez? He's dropped back from Connor Keane, and he's actually gone behind David Gaspers as well. Chris Williamson running wide. David Gaspers really closing in now. And he goes to the inside, and it is a clean move. Simple. But can Chris undercut? Yes, no, he can't. Let's get back up front. And Ron Squire's lost it. And he's lost it in front of the pack, and Dimitri, Ari, Roy, and Alex all go past, and now Abbas, Vananen, and Sarpila go past. So now he should be moving out of the way, but he's not. And very close there. Skrzynowski and Vanian almost made contact. Let's find a bit more on that. So here you only have Skrzynowski going for a move, and then he has to back out of it. If we just get, let's see what camera angle we can get. So here, he's going for the move on the inside, and he has to back out of it. Look, he has to completely slow down. Look how close his wheels are. Ooh. And look how close his car was to hitting Ron Squire. Very close. But got away with it in the end. So we now have a 4-car train up front. Dimitri not as fast as Ari currently. And Roy Schroten and Alex Rolls have not been battling. As Alex just has not been able to find a way past. And when I say that, but he's made contact. So Alex very rarely went for a move. He was always staying behind him, but now he's actually hit Roy Schroten. Roy Schroten drops back to 7th. Behind Sarpila, Vananen, and Abbas, and Vananen have to stay in 5th, that is. He was just trying to get a move on Abbas. Oh! And yeah, and Alex Rolls has now dropped off from the top two after that incident with Schroeton. We see Schroeton just in the background here. Well, now we see him in the close view. Sarpila very close to Vananen. He tries to get a better exit. Can he get the slipstream? Let's go on board from a cockpit camera. He's into sixth gear. He's going to the inside. And he has made the move stick, it seems. Yes, he has. That's a great move. And Vananen, no. That's a very good move there by Sarpila. And still, Dimitri keeping this lead. Seems to be a two-horse race now for this feature race win between Dimitri and Ari. They're just lapping the traffic curve. Andreas Waters, of course, got involved in an incident earlier, as I said. Is this Ari going for the overtake? Yes, it is Ari going for the overtake. He goes to the inside, and no, he's just not brave enough on the brakes to make it stick. In a way, that's a good. In one way, that's good because it's safe, but in the other way, it's bad because then you won't be leading the race. Simple as if you're never late on the brakes and trying to overtake someone, how are you supposed to win? Oh, Andreas just spun. It looks, yeah, he did. So we now got the top three, obviously now. So yeah, we now got two sections of three, and Vananen goes the inside of Abbas, and Abbas has lost control under braking. Somehow didn't collect Vananen. Oh no, he actually clips the back of Sarpila, and that's what caused him to lose it, but he manages to save it, even though he bounces over the anti-cut strip. Oh, sorry, is that Tuomos? It is, it's Tuomos. Tuomos has spun. How has he spun? So he's just behind Skrojanowski and Vanian, and he's just... has he lost under braking? Well, that's very weird. He was sort of in the high rev for third gear, and he just went into second gear and just lost it completely. So a very weird spin there. He's just going from, well, hero to zero, really, for Tuomos. David Gasper's moved up into 11th position. Connor Keane is in 12th. 13th, Alejandro Fernandez. 14th, Chris Williamson. They've been very similar pace in other rounds. Chris Parr up into the points after time from the pit lane. Miles Dixon 16th. And Andreas 17th. And 18th, Brian Crowley. Oh, we got a big crash. That's Ron Squire. Has he... well, he's just sort of... He's going towards the corner and... Well, what's even the point of talking about that, eh? Niemann actually dropped back from Dimitri. Might have made a slight mistake, and Alex Rolls is now right on the back of him. This isn't really a main overtaking opportunity due to the really long left-hander before the tight left-hander. However, when you're in close battles, it can be possible with all the undercut opportunities around this. Oh, he's lost it, and Niemann, yes, he could not save it. It looked like he was about to save it, but then the back end just made its final goodbye to the track, and he's now dropped back right down behind Yanni Vananen into 5th position. Alex Rolls and Dimitri are now the only two left. Once there were 4, now there are 2. So all of this actually allowed Sarpila to get into a podium position. And considering that he was actually involved in the lap 1 incident and actually went down to about 16th or 17th position, that is a very good performance. He's just lapping some traffic. Oh, and Abbas. What's happened to Abbas? But Abbas has dropped back. So Abbas has now dropped back, and he's now dropped down to 9th position behind the Optimum Motorsport car of Bradley Vanian. Skrojanowski's got away from Vanian now. Oh, that's Well, they've got past Andreas. Oh, getting a bit too close, I'd say. Is this allowing Roy to catch up? Maybe. Now let me check what lap we're on. We are on lap 9 of 24, so we might see a few pit stops soon. Just trying to find some close battles on track. And here is one. We have Abbas running wide while battling with Vanian. Now, I think that Abbas might have some slight front wing damage after clipping the upside down car of David Gaspers on the opening lap. But he was still able to show good pace even after the incident, but he's just had a couple of spins due to, well, just sort of braking errors, either double downshifts or just losing it somehow under braking. To Omos, well, it looks like he's finally getting back into a rhythm, now in 10th position. David Gasper's back into 11th. Oh, as you may notice, Gasper's car, it's very, how can I say it? It's sometimes lopsided. He has a very weird setup, which actually allows him. Oh no, Tuomas has not got into a good rhythm. He's now down to 11th. So Gaspers now makes his way into a top 10. But as I was saying, if you know, you'll notice that his car is slightly lopsided. He has very weird settings, but it seems to work for him because he got poled by a monstrous amount of time. Here we are, Chris Williamson and Alejandro Fernandez battling for 12th. Very close. Connor Keane is in 14th. But I really must get back to the leaders. Ooh, good move actually there by Chris. Down the inside of the final corner, Alejandro is not able to actually get slipstream yet. He's just having to go alongside. But it looks like he's able to keep the position. Can he though? Can he though? Can he though? No, he's run wide. And I think Chris has got this one in the bag. Oh no! Backed out of it. And Alejandro keeps 12th position. Well, Tuomas. Okay, Abbas has got past Vanian, and here we are, Scrogenarty just lapping a car. Roy Schroten! Is he moved up to 7? Sorry, 6th. And now we have Vananen and Niemanen. So 2 of the cars that dropped back from a leading group earlier are now fighting for position. And Sarpila still in 3rd position, so a great result. And Rolls is catching up on Demilimister very quickly indeed. Earlier I said it was a 2-horse race between Niemanen and Demilimister. Now I think it's exactly the same, but with Rolls instead of Niemanen. Just looking there down the straight. Whoa, sorry about that. We just see the car zoom into turn 1. The very fast left-hander. Sorry, right-hander. On your camera it'll go left. We have a car in the pits actually. I'm just trying to see who that is. It might be... Can't... Oh, I think that it's one of the Wicked Fox cars. But anyway, let's get back up to Alex Rolls. And Demilimister's gone wide. And he's gone wide again. No wonder Rolls has been catching him up if Dimitri's been making all these mistakes. Sarpina, I think Sarpina's got a good chance for a podium here. He doesn't have the necessary pace to always get a podium compared to the other drivers, let's say like Niemanen or, well, we could say Tuomas, but he's been a bit inconsistent today. Oh. Vanya dropped back from Abbas majorly, and now David Gasper's actually closing on him. Now we have Tuomas. So Tuomas is in 11th. Yeah, he is. Just lapping a few cars. Very wide. So yeah, we have seen a lot of cars going wide at that turn. Not really getting an advantage, I'd say, though. Just running wide. Trying to use all the track and just making a mistake. Have we had any people in the pits? It doesn't look like we have yet, though. Abbas all on his own. I think if Abbas hadn't have made a few mistakes, he could have been right up there fighting for the podium. He's had a few podiums this season, and he's also been in the whole season, which has allowed him to actually have a very good championship position. I think he's in 5th or 6th in the standings. I'm not entirely sure, but he has had a strong season. I think the damage is really affecting David Gaspers, because normally he'd be able to storm through drivers, but he's, apart from when others are spinning, he's actually been caught up or actually struggling to overtake slower cars. Okay, lap 12, and Dimitri Demulomester is still being hounded by Rolls. I wouldn't be surprised if one of them pits now. Oh, Rolls gets the inside! Well, we saw a very similar move by Rolls earlier, and he's actually going into the pits. We saw a very similar move by Rolls earlier on Schroten, and that didn't end too well. But here, he's pitted. Any other drivers pitting? Let's see. Sarpila, no. Vananen, no. And Schroten pits. So yeah, we do have a few cars in the pits. Such Abbas is another one. So Rolls. So yeah, so Dimitri leading. Second we have Nieminen now. Third is Vananen. Fourth is Rolls. Fifth, well, what fifth was Schroten. Fourth is now Skrajanowski. Fifth will be Alex Rolls. So Alex Rolls actually has tons of space. And I have to look back here because now we have David Gaspers hounded. I say that word too much, but hounded by Tuomas. Oh, and he's lost it. It's almost like he had a rear puncher. I don't think he got contact. I think he just lost it all by himself. Well, let's see it from Tuomas. That'll be a better point. And he's just lost it completely on the curb. That curb, you do not want to be hitting that, and he's just hit that way too much. Using a bit too much curb there as well. So now battling for second position. Yeah, it is second. We have Nieminen and Vananen. They're in similar pace throughout the race, really, and this sort of means that in a way, until someone passes the other, there isn't going to really be a battle, because, if they're the similar pace, but no one is, actually battling, or no one actually attempts anything, then it can be slightly boring. Now, let me just check where the other pitters came out. So Alex Rolls, as we know, is in 5th. 6th is now Tuomos. So he's got past Vanian extremely quickly. So Vanian 7th. Gaspers in 8th and sliding through into 8th there. Schroten 9th. So Schroten rejoined in 9th after his stop. 10th is now Fernandez. He still needs to pit. 11th, that's be Connor Keane. 12th is Parr. 13th is Abbas. He's had a terrible pit stop. He must have repaired some of the damage then that he had. Or some damage that he did have. He's now with Miles Dixon. And then we have Williamson and Walters. So you have Brian Crowley out of the race. Is that Sarpila? No, Sarpila's out of the race. Sarpila's ran out of fuel and had to retire. Meanwhile, we have David Gaspers in the pits. Well, that's terrible news for FA Racing. They had a chance of a podium, but Sarpila is out. Oh, we have Skrajanowski very loose, hitting the curb. We've already seen from Gaspers that hitting curbs are the things that you do not want to be doing. We've also had Vanian pit, and Gaspers is just behind him. They've rejoined ahead of Keen. Fernandez is pitted. Oh, and Fernandez had a big crash. Yeah, he's got major front wing damage. He's had a big crash, so that's not good news for Fernandez. He was looking strong. He might have been able to get a top 10 if things had gone his way, but it looks like he's now having to have a very long pit stop, which could see him drop sort of towards the likes of Dixon and Williamson. Rolls pushing very hard, trying to catch up. He needs to make this count if he's going to be winning this race, because Dimitri has not pitted yet, and well, if Rolls is going to win this race, he needs to be faster than Dimitri in this stint. It is going to be a one-stopper race. However, Dimitri looks like he's going to be doing a longer first stint and then be pushing extremely hard on the second stint. If Dimitri ends up ahead of Alex for that after he pits, well, I think that's a foregone conclusion about who's going to win, because Dimitri will have the newer tyres and will have could have less fuel as well. Alex Rolls needs to rejoin ahead of Dimitri, have a sensible gap, or else he just will not be winning this race. We got a car in the pits, 6th place, Tuomos, sorry. Yeah, Tuomos making his first GPVWC pit stop. Oh, Gaspers and Vanian. Gaspers going around the outside of the right-hander. Vanian gets the undercut and gets a better run out the corner. Now he's aiming for the slipstream. He's gone to the inside. Side by side. And yeah, it looks like he has made it stick. Gaspers goes for the undercut into the turn 3. And makes it stick. Sorry if there was any lag there. I am very sorry if there was any lag. Sorry, just going to keep with this battle. As you can see, I can't tell if Gaspers has rear wing damage or if that is just because of his setup. It looks like it's because of his setup. So, Gaspers going to the inside. No, can't. He's going to try and get a slipstream. No, not if you're turning that early, you're not. Oh. I think I spoke a bit early. It looks like he is getting a good slipstream, but I don't think it's going to be enough to dive down the inside. No, it isn't. Oh! Woohoo! Very late move there, but it's worked, and now Vanian nearly leaves the door open. Very close racing here. He's going all over the curb, trying to use all the track available. Round the outside! Yes, he makes it stick. So a brilliant move there. Round the outside into the braking zone. That moves him up into 7th. So we have Roy Schroten in 6th. After his pit stop, Vananen. Yes, Vananen's pitted and now in 4th. Rolls has moved up to 4th. Skrojanowski is 3rd. Nienen yet to pit 2nd. De Meulemeester yet to pit 1st. So just trying to find what else is happening on track. Not much by the looks of it, but Tuomos down in 14th position. That is not good. We have Fernandez down in 15th after his lengthy pit stop. 16th is Waters. After he had a few incidents, he had one with Fernandez on the 2nd lap, and then I heard that he had an incident with Dixon, which would make sense considering where Dixon is. And we saw both of them in the pits at the same time. Crowley is soldiering on in 17th. Unlike his teammate, who obviously ran out of fuel. Oh, we have a car in the pits. Is that Niemanen? Yes, it is Niemanen. He will rejoin behind Skrojanowski. He still needs to make his stop. Rolls should be able to take 3rd position. Yeah, he will definitely take 3rd. And will Vananen? Yeah, this is what it's all about. Vananen or Niemanen. It is Vananen. Yes, it is. Well, Niemanen's in the pit lane. Who's gonna do it? Who's gonna do it? It is Niemanen. Niemanen makes it by absolutely miles. So yeah, Niemanen actually getting away from Vaninen now, which is what he needs to focus on getting a podium position. Really got Dimitri and Alex Rolls, first and second, but third position, when it's really between Niemanen and Vaninen. And Vaninen has been able to catch up there in those first few corners. Obviously, he's on warmer tyres than Niemanen. Niemanen's still trying to get used to these new tyres and high amount of fuel again. And this is a perfect time for Vaninen to overtake. He's going to the inside, which is now the outside. Now he's to the inside. No, you're not going to be able to do it from that far back. He'll be aiming for the undercut, though, which he gets. And he's getting the very good slipstream. He pulls out alongside. Well, let's have a look at this front wing cam. Let's see if we do see a yellow car aiming for the inside. No, we don't. I think that was it, Vaninen. I don't think Vaninen will get another opportunity. Or at least not now. I think he's wasted all the opportunities he got on this lap. I think Niemanen's now able to warm up his tyres, warm up his brakes, get used to the fuel, and start to focus on getting that third place, which he is really fighting for. Another contender, a slight contender for third place, is Grajanowski. He's sort of able to get third just in case Niemanen and Vaninen do encounter any problems. Rolls now moved into second, so it is now lap 17, and we still haven't seen Dimitri pit. So Dimitri must have been using a very high fuel load for the first stint. So that's probably one of the reasons why Rolls was much quicker than him, or it seemed to be much quicker than him in the opening stint. So, oh, wait, so Skrojanowski, yeah, is a few seconds behind third and fourth. Schroten in sixth, Gaspers in seventh. So they're actually quite a way apart. Vanian, sorry, I mean Vanian is eighth. Ninth is a Bass, so he's sort of been on his own since his lengthy pit stop. 10th is Keane on his debut, so not bad for a debut. 11th is Williamson. He'll be aiming to overtake Keane. He's definitely got more experience. 12th is Dixon, who's been actually making a very strong comeback after some contact early on, similar to Walters. Then we have Tuomos, who he's just not been able to get into a rhythm. As soon as he spun once, that was like a tunnel opening for a train. Oh, and as I speak there, he nearly loses control again. Chris Parr, 14th, and 15th is Alejandro Fernandez. So those are all the people in the points. Dimitri still yet to pit. Rumours are from pit radio is that he will be pitting in this lap. Let's focus on this battle for third though. Niemanen and Vaninen. Chris Parr moving out the way for them, it seems. Neither of them is actually getting a slipstream. So, that's actually quite weird, actually, not to get a slipstream from the lapped car. And now Chris Parr lets them overtake. Oh, no, he hasn't. He wasn't letting them overtake. He was spinning. Well, I believe he's got out of the way now. Yeah, he must have. Okay, so Niemanen in third. Vaninen wanting that third, like... Well, let me think of a good thing to say. What would he be wanting so much? I have literally no idea. Dimitri Demoulemester, is he pitting? Yes, he is. Dimitri pits, so this is it. This is the race. Dimitri needs a clean. He needs a clean and a quick stop if he wants to be out of Alex Rolls. Alex Rolls actually currently held up by a small bit of traffic. That's Tuomos, so obviously not too bad, because we know that Tuomos is quite quick. Might be able to get a small slipstream, actually. Tuomos actually lapping Dixon as well, so... So where is Dimitri? Dimitri's still in the pits. He's leaving the pits in a few seconds, though. I think Rolls has it. Yes, he does. Rolls. Is he going to leave? He's done it. He has done it. Dimitri is unable to stay ahead of Rolls. So now Dimitri needs to push. He needs to warm up his tyres quickly. He needs to warm up his brakes quickly. Oh! What's this? Rolls! Oh! There was a spin in front of Rolls, which has slowed up enough to Tuomas, and Tuomas actually slowed up Dimitri as well. We need to have a look at that, because that almost had big effects on the race. Tuomas spins right in... Oh no, he got hit! Has he got hit? No, he just lost it completely. Dixon manages to avoid it, and Rolls has to really slow down. If I try and... I'm trying to see if I can actually... And then look at that, oh, bad rejoin, and actually clipped Dimitri. So what seemed to be helping Dimitri ended up actually being a disadvantage for him. So let's look at the battle for third. Is it still as close as we thought it was? Is that Rolls? Sorry, no, that's Par. I'm trying to look for the battle for third! That wasn't it. That was Toyoma spinning. This is the battle for third, and it's... Oh, God. Well, I want to see what happened to Thomas. Was that contact with Dimitri? Was this just an over enthusiastic? Oh, it looked like he was too over enthusiastic, trying to overtake someone who was a lap ahead, and again just losing control into braking. Let's get back to where we were. Just about to focus on third place. Vannanen and Niemanen. When he looks like he's got a slipstream this time. The problem is about this circuit, it's actually, well, there's only really one main straight, which is long enough to actually get a very good slipstream. You can overtake into the, into the other corners, but you've got to get a much better run than your opponent out of the previous turn, which Vannanen fails to do at that opportunity. So you can see how far back Dimitri is. So he lost a lot of time on his outlap. This is exactly what Alex needs to win this race. He needed to be ahead, and ahead he is. So 4 laps to go, I believe. 5th is Grzejanowski. I don't think he'll be able to catch up and get a podium. 6th is Schroten. 7th is Gaspers. So, yeah, Gaspers is actually slowly catching up Schroten. So, since the pit stops, Gaspers has slowly been catching up. 8th is Vanian. He's been on his own for a while. 9th is Abbas. Again, he's been on his own for more than a while. 10th is Keane. 11th is Williamson. So, Williamson actually dropped back from Keane. Unable to get a top 10, it seems. Oh, Dixon spins out of 12th. Did he lose a position? No, he didn't. But now Tuomas is closing in. Chris Parr much further behind, and again, Fernandez also much further behind. Oh, we got Crowley spinning, 17th. We also had Walters in 16th. This is actually Andreas Walters' first race with a steering wheel for him, so quite a big opportunity for him to actually sort of learn and improve. This is sort of exactly what the Formula Challenge is about. It's about learning and improving, and well, I think that's a sort of rejoin, which is expected, where you'll learn and improve. Nah, that wasn't actually a bad rejoin. It doesn't seem like Dimitri is actually able to catch up on rolls. So even though he's got the new tyres, he's not able to make them function or make his own car function in the way that he would want it to. And the way he'd want it to is by storming past rolls. But that's just not possible for him. And oh, we have Vannanen going for the overtake. This is it for the podium position. The side by side on the straight. I don't think he's gonna make it. I don't think he's able to though. No, he hasn't got the speed on the straight. He's had to back out of it. So when he finally has the best opportunity, he just so far, but just not far enough. I swear there's... Oh, we got Tuomas! Tuomo's been right for Skrzynowski, so Tuomo's really needs to focus. And just, focus on his race pace, because he's been really struggling in this race, and it's just not a good thing to see. We have Crowley in the pits again, so something's not right there. He must have underfueled or got damage. Dimitri has lapped his teammate. We also have Vananen still right on the back of Niemanen. This battle's been raging on for ages. It's been like a volcano. It's been waiting and waiting, and it's just yet to erupt properly. It nearly erupted, but it just did not erupt. Skrzynowski, 5th. Well, he has been catching up slightly to the battle for 3rd, but it's just too late, really. With only a handful of laps, it's just too much of a space to get. It's too much of a sorry. The time gap is just too big for him to get to. David Gasper's using a lot of track there on the inside to try and catch up Schroten. He's looking very quick throughout these corners. So that'll be a very interesting battle for 6th. Vanian 2 corners behind. Vananen dropping back slightly from Niemanen. And Rolls has got a healthy lead. I think that's kind of keen he's lapping. Let me check. Yes, it is. Might have lost a tiny bit of time, but I don't think it's going to be enough. And we also have Chris Williamson. Now, will this affect the battle for 3rd? Well, not if you're going to break that early, Vananen. He'll get a good slipstream, but it's not going to be useful when your opponent also gets a good slipstream. Oh, no, he hasn't been able to use all the track on the entry to the corner as well, Vananen, so I think that's the last of his chances, unless he can make something stick right near the end. Let's get to Alex Rolls. He has about a 3-second lead over Dimitri. As he's just being... Whoa, that was... well, that's not really what you want to be doing. Niemanen is holding on for 3rd. We also have Gaspers and Schroten very close. But where's Rolls? There is Rolls crossing the line, and I believe there's one more lap to go. Yeah, there's one more lap to go. So we still got this battle for 3rd, and I think we've also got that battle for 6th going on between Gaspers and Schroten. Yeah, we do, and Gaspers got ahead of Schroten. Oh, but he's missing the apex, and that allows Schroten to get back at him. Well, I don't know which one to watch. Should we watch Vananen and Niemanen, or do we watch Schroten and Gaspers? Let's try and watch both, shall we? Schroten's got a very good slipstream. Could he get it into turn 1? You can see he's got the Swedish wing mirrors, but he isn't needing them now. All he needs to do is look forwards, and he'll just be wanting to see an empty track in front of him. He's good around the outside. Oh, they make contact. Yeah, he runs off the track line. More contact. He's trying to go for the undercut, and he's done it. So a very aggressive move, but he made it in the end. Niemanen holding on for 3rd. Alex Rolls leading the race. He's getting into the final sector now. Niemanen overtaken. No, Vananen. Vananen jumps over the curb, and that is it. That is it for 3rd position. Gasper's back down the inside of Schroten for 5th. Sorry, 6th. 5th, we have Skrzynowski. Well, we're going to have to stop focusing on that because we need to see the race winner crossing the line. It's been a brilliant race by Rolls. Possibility that he could get a penalty after the race, I'd say, for clipping Schroten. But that's not to Mahler anyway. And he crosses the line with a brilliant victory for Innovision. Dimitri Demilumester, a superb 2nd on his debut. And Niemanen gets 3rd ahead of Vananen. 5th is Skrzynowski. But we have to focus on this battle for 6th because Schroten is looking hungry for that sixth position. He's going to the inside. Oh, and he's flipped David Gaspers. Oh, that's a horrible thing. Well, Gaspers is flipped for the second time today. He sure knows how to get back up right. He's in 7th. Schroten is slowing down. Yeah, it looks like Schroten's slowing down for him. Vanian is in 8th. 9th is a Bass. Is Schroten slowing? Yes, he is. That is not for fuel. That is for very good sportsmanship there after the incident. Well, he better hurry up, though, or else he might end up losing the position to Vanian. So Gaspers does get 6th, Schroten gets 7th, and Vanian gets 8th. 9th, we'll see Ihaba Bass get another top 10, even though he could have done a lot more. 10th is Connor Keane on his debut. He's been lapped. 11th is Tuomos. What could have been a win, really? I think that answers that question. 12th is Chris Williamson. 13th was Miles Dixon. 14th was Chris Parr. And the final point position was by Alejandro Fernandez. 16th, Andreas Wouters. And 17th, Brian Crowley. So that rounds off. We ride with Alex Rolls. He's celebrating. Oh, he is celebrating. Weaving his way. Well, that's a bit too much weaving there. Almost going on the grass. Way! And he drives into the pit lane. So a great race there. That is race 1 of the round 14 of the GPVWC Formula Challenge. I will see you soon for race 2, which is a 12-lap sprint race with a top 15 reversed. Okay, so that means that Alex Rolls will be starting from 15th. And that means that the person who started from, the person who finished 15th in this race, which was Alejandro Fernandez, will be starting on pole. So a completely new challenge for all of these drivers.